choosing between the present perfect and the past simple. It can be one of the most common sticking points in English. But what if there was a simple way to get it right every single time? Well, in this explainer, we're going to make that confusion disappear for good.
You know that moment, right? You're telling a story and you just stop. You know exactly what you want to say, but for a second you hesitate. Which one is it? Well, you are definitely not alone, and I promise the solution is way simpler than you think.
So, forget about trying to memorize dozens of complicated grammar rules, at least for now. We're going to boil this whole thing down to one single, powerful question you can ask yourself every time. And by the end of this, it'll feel like second nature.
Okay, so what is this big idea I'm talking about? It all comes down to one thing, and one thing only. The connection a past action has to the present moment. That's it. That's the secret. Let's see exactly how that works.
So let's kick things off with a super simple story. This is Tom, and as you can see, Tom is in a bit of a jam. He's searching everywhere for his key, but it's just not there. The really important thing to focus on is that he has a problem right now. Now, listen to how we describe this. He has lost his key. When we use the present perfect like this, we're not just talking about something that happened in the past. We're talking about his situation now. The result of him losing the key is that he can't get in his house at this very moment. It's a current, present problem.
But check out the difference here. If we say he lost his key, we're just stating a fact about the past. The event is finished, it's over. Did he find it 2 minutes later? We have no idea. Maybe. The past simple basically puts that action in a little box in the past and just leaves it there. The story's done.
So, here's the absolute key. The present perfect always has 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the present. Think of it like a bridge that connects something that happened before with the situation right now.
All right, let's look at another really cool way to think about this. Imagine the difference between a big news headline and the detailed story that comes after it.
You can think of the present perfect as your life's headline. It gives that big, impressive summary of your experiences up until this moment. So when you say, "I've visited Japan 3 times," you're announcing this really cool fact about your life. But notice, you're not giving any specific dates.
And then, this is where the past simple comes in to tell the story. So after you give the big headline, you fill in the details. Notice the specific finished times in 2018, in 2022. These are the details of the story, specific events that are totally over. So present perfect for the headline, past simple for the story. Simple as that.
Okay, so now that we've got the main ideas down, let's get practical. Let's look at some signal words. You can think of these as little clues in a sentence that give you a huge hint about which tense you should probably be using. First up, there are some words that just love to hang out with the present perfect. When you see these, they're one of your best clues that you're probably building that bridge from the past to now. So just look at this list here. Words like just and already push the action right up against the present moment. Words like ever and never talk about your entire life experience up to this point. And for and since, well, they measure a period of time that started in the past and is still true today. See? All of them create that connection to now.
And then, on the flip side, you have words that do the exact opposite. They act like a little time machine, zapping you back to a specific finished moment in the past and leaving you there.
Words like yesterday, last week, or a specific year, like in 2019, completely lock the action in the past. The time is over. Think of these as giant flashing neon signs that are just screaming past simple, past simple. There's no connection to now. It's pure history.
Okay, so let's get into some of the most common trip-ups. Honestly, seeing these mistakes and understanding why they're wrong is one of the best ways to make these rules really stick in your head.
Okay, let's break these down real quick.
The first two try to mix that present perfect bridge with the finished time marker like last night or in 2022, and you just can't do that. If the time is finished, you have to use the past simple. It's a rule. And the third one, did you ever eat sushi? Well, that's a question about your entire life experience, right? And that's a classic job for the present perfect. Have you ever eaten?
So, you see, after everything we've looked at, it all comes back to this one thing. If you're ever in doubt, just stop for a second and ask yourself this simple question. Is there a result or a connection to right now? If the answer is yes, you're almost certainly going to need the present perfect.
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Really try to visualize this. The present perfect is a bridge, and it physically links something from the past to this moment. The past simple, it's just a dot on the timeline, a point in history that's over. A bridge or a dot? That's really the choice.
And with that, I hope things are a lot clearer. Think about it for a second. The very question I just asked you uses the present perfect because I'm asking about the result of this explainer on your understanding. Right now. See? You're already getting it.